Welcome to Holistic Health is Hot, where your journey to sculpting your dream body meets holistic health. I'm your host, Ashley Roberts. Here, we're going to chat about mindset hacks that have completely transformed my life and dive deep into nutrition and movement that will help transform yours. We're going to get into the intense connection between mind, body, and soul so you can glow from the inside out. Let's get into it. And remember, holistic health is hot. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Holistic Health is Hot. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking hyped for this episode. It honestly, what I'm about to talk about was so drastically life-changing for me that I can't believe I have never experienced this sooner, honestly. So today we're talking about all things hypnosis, my personal experience with my first hypnosis session, why it's so powerful, and how you can actually benefit from using this in your life. Also, too, I took a mindset course that taught me how to do hypnosis on other people, so I'm so hyped to start offering it to other people too, just like a single identity transformation session. It's gonna be fucking cool. Okay. But yeah, so, hypnosis, the way I have done hypnosis in the past is just kind of like pre-recorded stuff, not actually having someone live do it with me. And the hypnosis is specific for me. And I wanted to use it to, either get away limiting beliefs, push away limiting beliefs, or, create this new identity, but like actually embody that shit instead of just kind of like doing the mindset work and like writing it out. You're actually embodying the shit out of whoever you want to become. So, in the mindset course, I met this wonderful, amazing human, Natalia, and she just wanted to practice on me. So we had a 1-hour call and it was amazing. So I'll go into details on my whole experience on it, but I wanted to start off with kind of giving you a little bit of what hypnosis is and why it's so powerful. So we're going to start off with talking about what the conscious and subconscious mind is, because with hypnosis, you're in such a deep state of, it's a certain brainwave state that you're only talking directly to your subconscious, which your subconscious dictates 95% of your beliefs, habits, actions, which is fucking wild. It's so wild. Like 95% of what we do is on autopilot. But let's talk about conscious versus subconscious mind. So conscious mind is your aware mind. The part, it's involved in your, decision making, your thoughts, your actions, where you're actively thinking. And then your subconscious mind is almost like these automatic habits and behaviors and emotional responses that are just deeply ingrained in our bodies. An example of your subconscious mind controlling your body is, when you're driving and all of a sudden you get to where you're supposed to be and you're like, holy shit, I don't remember driving for the last 20, 30, or no, maybe not that long, but you're like, holy shit, how did I get here? I don't even remember getting here, because your brain is literally on autopilot. Your body and brain knows exactly what to do because you've done it a million times. And that's what your subconscious is. When you repeat habits and you have these beliefs ingrained in your brain over and over and over again, it becomes habitual. It becomes something that's automatic. Breathing. We don't have to think about, okay, take a breath. Okay, take another breath. Our bodies just naturally do it. And so conscious is thinking specifically about a decision and taking action, whereas your subconscious is these automatic behaviors. And our subconscious mind is like a long-term storage. It's like a library of experiences. We all have thoughts, feelings, and emotions from so many things. Our past, when we were younger, when we were children, past experiences, past relationships, past trauma, all of these experiences are rooted in our subconscious. And that's where trauma kind of comes from, because when we have a traumatic event happen, it is literally stored in our body. So that's what PTSD actually is your body's actually having the same response as it did when you went through the trauma. You know consciously, that same accident or whatever big trauma isn't happening, but your body physically feels it the same. And it's kind of the same with everything. So even an example of, maybe consciously you are like, I want to wake up and go for a walk and eat a really healthy meal. Your conscious mind wants that. But subconsciously, you have all these past beliefs and thoughts and emotions around yourself and what you've experienced. So even though there's that conscious mind that's like, I want to do these things, your subconscious mind holds you back so much because you are just like, your body's used to doing it the different way. So to actually change, it takes time to rewire your brain. And so again, consciously you could be like, I want to wake up early, but subconsciously your body's like, oh, fuck no. Like, we're not doing that. We're just going to sleep in like we normally do, okay? And so again, that's why sometimes it can take so long to actually learn new habits, because our subconscious is so hardwired that it's so hard to make a change. But hypnosis is so fucking powerful because you skip your conscious mind, you go straight to your subconscious mind. And because of that, you can make change in your life so much fucking faster. It's insane. I'm excited to go into my personal experience, but it's so crazy. It's just so wild how quickly things can change when you actually start to work with your subconscious and not just your conscious mind. Even using relationship with food as an example, you could tell yourself consciously, I know food is fuel. I know food is fuel. But because you dieted for so many years, or, even your mom may have told you to not eat carbs or not eat fat or whatever it may be, you subconsciously still have all those past thoughts and feelings and emotions about food. And so even though you're like, oh, Coach Ash told me food is fuel, it's good for me, I should eat nourishing food, doesn't mean you're just magically going to change one day because of your subconscious. Your subconscious has all these crazy things that want you to continue to do things automatically. And automatically, which is 95% of your actions, you are like, nope, food is out to get me, carbs make me fat. Same with like losing weight. So often your beliefs hold you back from losing weight. And it's not necessarily like you just have to believe that you can and then you will. It's more because your subconscious holds you back from showing up for yourself. Your subconscious mind is so hardwired that because you have tried a million diets and maybe like your family made a comment, or maybe like, you say it runs in your family, whatever it may be, you have experienced it so many times that is hardwired in your subconscious. Because even though consciously you're like, yeah, I know I believe myself, I can do it. But subconsciously you have all these hardwired thoughts and beliefs in yourself. Believe in yourself that you are like, no, this is not safe. I don't know. Like, this is change. And that's why to show up for yourself, you need to rewire your subconscious mind. It's going to be so much easier to show up for yourself. It's fucking wild. And like I said, 95% of your actions and decisions come from the subconscious mind. Literally, you're on autopilot, which is why it's so fucking important to understand and why change is so fucking hard for a lot of people. So many women are like, I want to change. I want to so bad, but there's something that holds them back, and it is their subconscious mind. So it's so important to learn this stuff. And if you're listening to this, I'm proud of you, because I know sometimes mindset, quote unquote, can be like woo woo and people are like, oh, I don't believe in that shit. But this is actual science. And it's more than just belief. It's about changing your actions. And if you can rewire your subconscious mind to forget old limiting beliefs and rewire it to be exactly who you want to be, you will be fucking unstoppable. It's insane. I know I keep saying it's insane because I'm just like shocked at my transformation in one single session. So, like I said, hypnosis works so well because it just puts you in this deeply relaxed state. And when you're at this certain brainwave, you're speaking directly to your subconscious. which is why when you're in that deeply relaxed state, you want to be so straightforward with your subconscious mind. No double negatives. And you need to be so clear about what you are saying to your subconscious mind because it is literal. And it's important to find somebody that you actually trust to do this with you because it's life-changing stuff. Okay, so now I want to talk about my experience. Now that we've briefly kind of gone over what hypnosis is, what your conscious versus subconscious mind, I'm trying to keep it kind of like basic level so you have an understanding of what it means before I talk about my experience. So I hope that I kept that simple enough. I know sometimes it's really hard to accept things like this when you're like, maybe you are against woo-woo, and honestly, being woo-woo is so fun. Like, it is literally the best fucking thing ever. It makes life so much more abundant and exciting, and because you just have this belief that you know it's all going to work out. And if you're not woo-woo, I guess that's fine, but I would drop the ego and start being woo-woo as fuck. I feel like for so long I've been like trying to hide that I'm so woo-woo because I'm like, oh, I don't want people I don't want that to deter people away from me. I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, I want to work with women who are woo-woo because that shit works. It is transformative. Being woo-woo, quote unquote, significantly changed the quality of my life in so many fucking ways. And which is why I'm so fucking obsessed with the mindset side of things, because it changes how you show up in the world. Your mind decides if you work out. Your mind decides if you choose a healthy meal. Your mind decides how you look at the world, what your actions are, which is why understanding the subconscious mind is so fucking important. Okay, so now let's kind of talk about my experience. So essentially how it works is Natalia did like the first half, we kind of did an intake and kind of talked about what was really holding me back and kind of like what this new identity version of me, how I showed up in the world. And it's also about the feelings and emotions. You know, we all want to lose weight because we want to feel something. We want to feel confident. We want to feel energized. And so when we can actually reprogram those into our subconscious, it's so much easier to show up for yourself as well. So we did that for like half the way. We did that for about half of the session. And then we went into the hypnosis and, you know, essentially what we reprogrammed into my brain, because we kind of talked and it wasn't even necessarily that I had limiting beliefs about myself. It was more just ingraining these new beliefs in me even more, because I'm getting a little vulnerable here. My business is honestly like my baby, and I made some big mistakes last year with how I ran my business. I hired too quickly. I got some business advice to hire. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm just going to hire people and then I'm just going to magically have all this money. And it didn't work out that way. I also feel like a lot of my coaching in business last year, I just was so hooked on money. And I was just really living my life from my ego of like wanting to look a certain way, wanting to look like I had my life together, wanted to look like I was making a lot of money because I was like hiring all these people, when in reality, it was a fucking shit show. Like, I never should have hired people. I was not on that level. I was also coaching in a way that I didn't like because this business mentorship said this is the way to do it. And I'm not blaming them because I could have decided that I didn't want to coach that way, but I just feel like I made a lot of mistakes. And I know that I had to go through that to get to who I am today. But I think last year was a lot of that, really just like so confused, really just living my life from my ego and just really caring so much what people think about me. Especially too, I feel like I was so not confident because my acne was just so bad. And I just feel like I didn't have answers. I was questioning my relationship with alcohol. Like, last year was fucking hard. And I think I was just shedding a layer. And now I feel like I'm this new version of me. But, there's always this voice in your head that's like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. And I think that's really what this hypnosis really helped me with, was solidifying this new identity and this all-knowing trust that I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And I'm just creating my business in a way that I know works for me and gives the best results to my clients. And I think it took some learning lessons to realize that I need to do what feels right for me. And so that was like a little bit of a tangent, but long story short, I feel like I had shed that old identity last year. And after having this session with her, she was like, I think you're good. I think you shedded that old identity, but you just need to have this ultimate trust and knowing in your new identity. And so we kind of talked about like, what would my perfect day be and what that looked like. And it's so interesting what I said and also like how I was going to feel. So I pretty much said like, a perfect world, I would wake up, I would take care of myself first. So I would like do my meditation, morning routine, work out. I would work out. I would take Luna on a walk, and I would just be like so happy and giddy and excited for the day. And I talked about how I would only have calls on Tuesday and Wednesday for clients, and like Thursdays would be podcasts. The other days would be working on my business and like solidifying this energy in me that I'm just like so fucking hyped on the just on my life in the world. And so that's kind of like what I described to her. And she was asking amazing questions to kind of pull this out of me. But then we did the hypnosis where I was in that really relaxed brainwave, and she kind of put that into my brain. And when I tell you, after this hypnosis session, I just felt lighter. Like I had this complete energy shift in my body to where I was like, oh my God, I'm a different human. And then the next morning, because that was a Friday. And then, was it Saturday? I don't know. The next morning, I literally woke up, worked out, took Luna on a walk. Like I was on one. Like I was so happy and excited and giddy about the world. Like I can't make this shit up, you guys. Like the difference I felt from before the hypnosis versus after is so wild. Like it was just like inserted this all knowing that everything's going to be fine and everything's going to work out exactly the way I want to. And the interesting thing about doing this hypnosis session and then stepping into that is it's almost exactly what I do. Like I put a few more boundaries on like, okay, I'm only taking client calls Tuesday, Wednesday. And I told myself to wake up in the morning and take care of myself first. And I like dabbled in that here and there, but I feel like honestly, my energy has completely shifted from waking up and taking care of myself. It's almost like I always knew I needed to do this, but ingraining that in my subconscious mind really just was like the thing that just like unleashed everything. And I feel like a different fucking human. It's so crazy. And so, yeah, like ever since that hypnosis session, I have been different. I've felt different. I feel just powerful. I feel energetic. I feel alive. I feel like I'm present in the moment, because that's another thing. I told her I feel like I rush through things a lot and I'm not present and I'm not grounded. And I feel like I've just been so much more present and not rushing through things. Even an example of this is I've been going to sauna, and a lot of times, I don't know why I've always felt this, but like in the mornings, I'm like, gotta rush to get to work. And it's like, why? Like I literally make my own schedule. Why am I rushing to work? Go take care of yourself. Like even if, I wake up fucking early. So I've got time in the morning to go and do whatever I need to do to take care of myself. So, I've been waking up in between like sometimes 4:15 to like 5:30 has been the timing. But like there were a lot of 4s in there, and I don't personally like waking up that early. I think I'm still getting 8 hours of sleep though, because I'm going to sleep so early because I've been so tired from waking up that early. But I am, so I've been waking up, and I'll go like morning routine, workout, walk Luna, and then I'll go sauna. Like, I've always hated saunaing, honestly, because I'm like, oh, it just takes so long and I just have to relax. And for some reason, after this hypnosis, I feel so calm and at peace and just like myself. And I don't feel this like need to rush everywhere, which I felt so much for so much of my life, honestly. I'm like always rushing to get to the next thing, rushing to do this thing, rushing through my workout. And it's like, why? Why are you rushing, Ashley? And this hypnosis fucking changed everything for me. Like, I feel just so present and so grounded. And even in my workouts, I'm like blasting music. I'm so happy. I'm literally giddy. Like, I'm literally dancing around with Luna. Like, it seriously changed me from this one single session. And that's why I'm so fucking excited to be able to do this for my clients and have, even single transformative sessions for anyone who wants to purchase it from me, because it's insane how much it changed me. And it just like strengthened this new identity of me to another level. So it's wild. And yeah, I'm seeing so many opportunities. I feel like I'm just meeting a lot of new people that are, in the same level of life as me, wanting to level the fuck up. Like, it's kind of mind blowing. And honestly, I'm like, how the fuck did this? Like, it's so crazy to me. And that's why I'm like, holy shit, I cannot wait to do this with you if you are listening. And maybe I'll test it out on my mom too. Like, my clients. I'm so excited. It's so fucking powerful. And so how you can kind of use this, just health and fitness related, like I said, we have thoughts, feelings, and emotions that really hold us back in our subconscious, especially with food, mindset, and just showing up for yourself. So if you aren't showing up for yourself, we would reprogram for you to wake up excited in the morning and high off of life and excited to go work out and move your body and take care of your body. If you're struggling with your relationship with food, we can reprogram it. It's funny. I kind of like use these two examples at the beginning, but like if you're struggling with your relationship with food, we can literally reprogram that food is fuel. If you are kind of like in this identity or like kind of this transition phase where you're like, I don't know what I want to do with my life, it's not even like we have to be like, okay, we need to pick an idea and an identity and we're just going to reprogram that and that's who you're going to be. It's like, no, we can almost reprogram you to open your eyes to abundance, to see opportunities, to explore. Like, you can use it for so much. It's insane. This might have been a little bit of a quicker episode, but I had to freaking share it with you because it was very, very transformative for me, like I said, and I'm really excited to do this with people because it's going to be amazing. And also my current clients and everything like that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about, identity, subconscious mind, conscious mind, I really shoot me a DM on Instagram at Ashley Roberts. If you're interested in a single transformative session where we will kind of similar to what I just described to you, the first half will really go over look at limiting beliefs, look at who you want to become, do some identity work, and then we can do a hypnosis for the last part of the call. If you come from the podcast, I will give you a crazy, insane deal. They're typically going to be a 60-minute session. It's going to be 333, so $333, but I will give it to you for $111 if you come from the podcast. This is only going to be, I think, up until the end of March. So if you are interested in doing a single transformation session, please DM me transformation session. I'll know you're coming from the podcast and I will give you, I don't even know what that is off, but $200 off of a single session. And if you are a one-on-one client and you want to work on this with me, we 1000% will. And again, Elevate is one of those programs where it's completely custom to you. If you need to do hypnosis, if you need to do identity work, if you need to work on your habits, showing up for yourself, leveling up to this new version of you, then Elevate is for you. I know so many of you have been held back by so many things, and a lot of that is rooted in your subconscious mind. So let's fucking demolish it and create a new version of you. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this episode of Holistic Health is Hot. Last announcement. If you love this show, it helps the podcast so much if you rate and review it. So if you rate and review it, please screenshot, send it to me, and I will put you in the drawing to win a 1-to-1 single session with me. So we can do a transformation session like that where we do hypnosis or subconscious work, or we can create a game plan for exactly what you need to do to lose weight, tone up, and sculpt your dream body. So screenshot and send it to me on Instagram if you want to be entered into that drawing. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you guys on the next one.